Hello? Hello? Do, 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 do. The one thing I hate about this game is the wait. What is going on? What is going on? Welcome to a live stream on the new account. I have recently went live on my old PlayStation account, so what I should have done is just went on Call of Duty and just start live streaming there. But welcome into the people. Glad you guys can stop on by and enjoy some racing. Finally, we get some racing in. Good lord. Oh, that's why. I'm in the C category now. That's kind of the reaction I was expecting to get. That's actually the kind of reaction I was actually expecting to get from people. Great. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm 13th. Holy good lord. Welcome in, welcome in. We're about ready to get started. Oh my good god, people, can we sort this out? Sort this out. I really don't want to hit it, buddy. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh! The reason I do 2 is just because I've been using too much, like, the time I got back onto this game. And for tracks like this, it just seems to fit my racing style. I may not be the fastest person on the track, but I'm just here to have fun. Oh, Lord. Okay then. Oh no, it's this guy. Oh, good God. Dude, quit brake checking me every time. Holy good Lord. What did I do? I forget where I was at. I was battling for fourth, and then all of a sudden I just get, oh God, I just get sent. Like literally, get power drive in. Okay, so I'm not the only one getting hit. Like what the hell? I saw my eyes flash I should say I saw my life flash before my eyes. Hey, we came from dead last to 8th, but this guy right here, where my mouse is, or my thing is, this guy has wrecked people. And I don't know what the hell that guy's issue was. He just like power drove into me. Yeah, this guy right here. I don't know what his issue is. I've tried one and I got hit from behind. I don't know what I did wrong. Huh? I'm gonna get out of here. I don't know what that was about. Um, of, of course. Sounds like my dog is giving my dad some trouble. Yeah, I don't know what those guys' issues are. I've ran into people that I don't know, but I don't even know how. Yeah, I don't know what that person's issues was. Normally, normally what happens is, say like I hit somebody off the track, then yeah, I expect repercussions. But as far as I know, I never touched that dude, and he just power drived into me. So we'll see with the GR4s cars. That might be true because you have a little more grip than a GR3s. So, and plus, I've already won like 3 or 4 times on this track. So I'm basically just doing this for fun. Ay, ay, ay. But I guess since we're in the C category now, which was not expecting, but after a couple times of winning, I guess we should really qualify a little bit. Get there, get there, get there. Come on. Come on. Fuck. I was up there. Damn it. Excuse my language. Alright. Whew. Alright, alrighty. Star Trek 13th, oh my freaking god, dude. Alrighty, here we go. Dude! How is that my fault? Bruh! this guy right here in front of me was pushing me through them. How? Okay. If anybody's in this from this race in here, I am so sorry. I wasn't trying to hit anybody. I was getting pushed. Dude, I had to make the... Ay, 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 people. That guy right there kept pushing me into people. Oh. Oh, that wasn't the best race ever. Alright. Ay, ay, ay. I guess we'll just continue doing this one. Ay, ay, ay. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Oh, that was my weather. Uh, okay, I think I know who it is. She won't say nothing, though. But my goal in this is a goal is I'll try to go live every Saturday. Sundays are for family days, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are for recording. But what I want to do is I don't I don't know if people like this or like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 better. Cause I really never had, you know. The only times I went live is when I was doing league racing, or if I like for today if I'm just having like fun. Oh, right on, man. If I got into you, I'm sorry. I was getting pushed. But that was a good race. But yeah, I kept getting pushed into. Okay. Like I said, if I did, yeah, he kind of blocked me late. See, normally what I would have done is I would have turned somebody by now, but I know with Gran Turismo 7, and God forbid I do anything bad, is so, but yeah, as we all say, I'm racing with the big dogs. It's gonna be hard to. Yeah, I had someone pushing me into people. Uh, so it, in fact, the corner right there, I had someone pushing me, and it's like, dude, I need to make the corner. Yeah, see, and this is what I'm talking about. Gran Turismo 7 wants everybody to race respectfully, but how can we do that when we have people like driving into each other and stuff like that? Because according to Gran Turismo 7, racing is not a contact sport. And see, with this track right here, it is difficult. But if you guys are new to this channel, normally what I would do is I would let them make the mistakes, because that's normally how racing is. And I am, good lord. Am I 13th again? I bet I'm 13th. Yep. Well, we have a Terry is that Terry Labonte? Yeah, Terry Labonte fan. NASCAR fan. Bruh. Like, what the hell? What was I gonna do? Oh, no, right on. Oh, are you in the, whatever the model was, okay, I see. Oh, good. How many Ferraris are, okay, which one's me? I gotta change the color on the Ferrari. Oh boy. Calamity Corner. I had to take that. There's no way I was gonna break in time. Oh, we got cars off the track. Ah, GG. GG. Whew. I would say the Ferrari is good for this track. Just because I just feel like you can. I mean, it all depends on your style of racing, though. Um, I'm using the Ferrari because you can get into the corners a lot better. Um, yeah. See, you that car don't have much throttle control, but yeah, I'm in a Ferrari, or you could use what that guy used. Um, the V8. I'm not even trying to pronounce that. So yeah, but like I said, it all depends on your driving style. You know, use the car you think you're comfortable with, and just keep working at it. Like test the limits of the car, go in the corners deeper, like mess with the um tire traction. Like and if you have assist, the only I haven't played it for like I haven't played in like 3 months. Um, but yeah, see, with this track right here, um, I suggest like the Ferrari or like something that can really like get the power down. I use the Ferrari because I've won in it 3 times. Um, so, but like I said, it all depends on your style of racing. Here, let me do this real quick. I'm not gonna enter. So you were using. Yeah, see, look at your PvP on that car. It's 634 in the Ferrari. These two cars are the same. I've noticed people have been using. Where is it? Where's the car? Some people use this. It's either this. Um, a YouTuber last night was using the Lamborghini and uh, see, and here's the issue with the Lamborghini though. It has great braking abilities. Don't get me wrong. So, but yeah, I would try the Ferrari or the V8 because you know, and like I said, it all depends on your driving style. My driving style could be totally different from yours. How long have we been live? Gee, Christmas. Um, well, guys, I am probably gonna end it there. What I would do with the Ferrari, um, back up the corners just a little, not by much, and you'll be able to diamond the corners a little bit. And what I always do, look ahead, like look 3 cars ahead, because and get out of line so you don't hit anybody. Or say like, and from my instance, when you saw, if you think you can't brake in time, try to get to an angle where you're not gonna like push your competitors off the track. Because I noticed with this the Dragatel, the one corner, it's calamity corner. Um, but um, but anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for joining the live stream. Um, I'm probably not gonna go live tomorrow. Um, I'll probably try to go live on the 17th, maybe the 10th. I don't know. But if you guys are new here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I do much more than this. I do A Quiet Place, A Road Ahead. I do Bleach. I do Fortnite. Um, I do horror games. I'm currently still doing Dead Island 2, a DLC story. I still have some money, so I'm kind of searching around to see, basically my main goal here on YouTube is to grow a community and just to help each other out. Like say, hey man, I see you're doing good. Like kind of like what was going on a few minutes ago. Um, but again, guys, thank you guys so much for joining, and peace out.